Hello, everyone. My name is Diana, and I'm having a girl named Alessandra. This is stage one, prenatal conception to birth. The tragedy that Alessandra was exposed to is alcohol. Alessandra was exposed to alcohol because I attended a bachelorette party and drank some alcoholic beverages. I didn't know I was pregnant until I took a test a few weeks later. There is never a safe time to consume alcohol while pregnant as it can lead to defects to the fetus. Alessandra is now at risk of having fetal alcohol syndrome, which affects facial structure, bones, the heart, and kidneys. Ways to help with this and possibly reduce the chances of Alessandra having any defects are to drink lots of water and stop drinking alcoholic beverages. If Alessandra is to be born with defects, contraceptive counseling and therapy can help with their development. Next is stage two, infancy and toddlerhood from ages 0 to 2. Alessandra received an APGAR score of 6, which means she would need some assistance as she continues to grow. Since she received a score of 6, I do believe the exposure to alcohol had an effect on her. Alessandra is now 4.5 months and is assessing motor skills. She is reaching for objects and using a claw raking motion to collect her toys. She also rolls from her belly to her back, and it is the cutest thing ever. Hopefully soon, Alessandra can crawl using her arms and legs to push herself and be able to stay seated without any help. Next is stage three, early childhood, ages 2 to 6, assimilation and accommodation. Adaptation is being able to adjust to new information and new experiences, but comes with two sub-factors of assimilation and accommodation. Assimilation is being able to use concepts you already know to help you with new concepts. Accommodation is being able to revise your previous knowledge so new information can be incorporated. An example of this is one day I took 2-year-old Alessandra to the park and she saw a dog and instantly shouted doggy. Then she saw a cat and also shouted doggy. Then a few years later, at age 6, Alessandra saw a cat again, but this time she shouted kitty instead of doggy. Here is a picture for the example. The next stage is stage 4, early and middle childhood motor skills and age. The key stages of fine motor control and factors include most if not all children start off with random marks and scribbles because they have no idea what they're doing. Next, they move on to controlled scribbles where they have an idea what they're drawing, but they can't really hold their writing tool correctly. The next level includes basic shapes, which is often at a first grade level where shapes are being introduced. Next come the tadpole people and patterns where they have a clearer understanding but are not quite fully there yet. The last level is drawings that show their interests. For the first drawing, Alessandra is 4 years old and in the pre-operational stage. The drawing is first representational form because the drawing is not perfect, but I can see what is being portrayed. The person that is drawn has a mouth and eyes. Although they look wonky and misplaced, they are there. Lastly, everything is evenly spaced and colored the right color. For example, the sun is colored yellow and the tree is green and brown. For the second art piece, Alessandra is 12 years old and in the 7th grade. Her second drawing is more realistic and she now uses 3D shapes. Here is the second art piece. The next stage is stage 5, education and cognitive development, middle childhood, ages 6 to 11. The 4 educational philosophies are as follows. Starting with traditional classrooms where the teacher is the sole authority for everything, including decision-making, rules, and knowledge. Next is a constructivist classroom where students are included in their learning and gain critical thinking skills. The third philosophy is social constructivist classrooms where students are able to participate in challenging situations with not just peers but teachers as well. The teachers and students are partners and work together to contribute to each other's learning. The final philosophy is cooperative learning classrooms where students are placed into small groups and they work together toward the common goal. For Alessandra, I have chosen the social constructivist classrooms as she will learn through experiences and her peers rather than filling out worksheets. The next stage is stage 6, education and cognitive development, middle childhood from age 6 to 11. Erickson's theory of psychosocial development is how one's ego makes a contribution to the development, which allows one to be a contributing member to society. The ego never stops developing because it changes as you go through the different stages in life. The identity versus role confusion stage is where young individuals experience an identity crisis where they are in the process of finding themselves and experimenting. Eventually, they form this identity they accept and they stick with it, but make changes along the way. Next are Marcius's 4 identity statuses. These include identity achievement, where youth think about their purpose and know what to do next. Next is identity moratorium, where youth are experiencing an identity crisis and are still thinking and gathering information. Identity foreclosure is where one accepts where they know already, for example, family beliefs and cultures. Lastly, identity diffusion is where one has no idea what to do nor has tried exploring. Here's Alessandra's postcard where she experiences identity diffusion and she has no idea what to do. Here's Alessandra's second postcard where she achieves identity achievement and has figured everything out. Here are the 7 facts about adolescence to adulthood milestones. This is Alessandra's report card summarizing all the information, which includes her favorite color and her being right-handed, her social smile being between 6 to 10 weeks, her having a slight language development delay due to her missing front teeth, and her having an imaginary monster friend named Gloopy. To conclude, this is Alessandra's school picture where she's approximately 6 years old. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.